Sebastian, good to see you. It's been a while.
It's been a while indeed. Very happy to be back here at Binance Blockchain Week in Dubai.
Fantastic. It's great to have you. You know, the theme of this year is momentum. You can really sort of feel it in the air. How important do you feel events like this are? You know, Binance Blockchain Week, we've got over 4,000 sort of industry leaders, thought leaders, the users, the curious. How important do you feel that is in sort of driving forward the momentum?
I think it's always important to have this kind of community event and meetups and bigger conference supported by like key players and actors of this industry to rely all the different actors of the value chain and the ecosystem. So and what I like a lot with the Binance Blockchain Week, like great stage, amazing speakers alongside like all the fantastic community of Binance Angel, Binance content creator, the people who are also like the top traders, but also regular users who like get the chance to meet in person some of the project founders and the communities that they discover, because well, it's much more than just a token, right? What's behind it's actually a product, a team, a community. You want to understand what's the utility, what's the progress of some of those projects. And also you want to fight against this narrative, like right now, this is a bear market, nothing is happening, building means like there is nothing much and we're all behind the scenes. No, like there's always something going on, there's always something, you just have to look in the right direction. And seeing so many projects coming out, building, the progress around the different blockchains, layer 1 and layer 2. The success around certain thematic, gaming, meme coins, different decentralized infrastructure, DePIN, is a real world asset as well. Like, it's something that must be seen, must be talked about, must be shared. And I hope like from those events, like the enthusiasm will drive forward, not just based on hype, based on real facts, because they have checked by themselves, they met the people, they've seen what they built, and we can change the narrative from there.
I think, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it is about building, it's about innovating, and it's about, you know, the industry growing out. And it does feel like the industry is maturing. And for those that are curious, that are kind of new to crypto, you know, might have come to Binance Blockchain Week to take their first steps into it, can you give a quick high-level overview as to, I mean, we all know the Sandbox, we're all fans of the Sandbox, but many might be just discovering it for the first time. Can you just give a quick overview of what the Sandbox is?
Absolutely. So for Sandbox, it's a decentralized virtual world where anyone can make 3D content, experiences, and even full games without any single line of code, just drag and drop. And they can truly own all their creation with the use of blockchain technology and NFTs. From there, they can publish it on their own virtual land and they can start monetize all the content. And we've grown as one of the largest actors in Web3. We have now over 6 million users with an account. More than half of them created a wallet for the first time. We also have over 400 major brands in entertainment, in music, like the likes of Snoop Dogg, Care Bears, The Smurf, Rabbit, Warner Music, Ubisoft, Attack on Titan, Napoli, King Kong recently, and many more global brands that onboarded. We also passed just in a year 1,500 games made by the creator that are live on the platform and playable. And very recently also, again, an exciting milestone as we launch a big event called the Alpha Season 4 that's running for 10 weeks. We are now at the 3rd week, and within 3 weeks we have over 350,000 unique players that entered and played, showing once again that things are happening in Web3. We just broke this record, like even in 2022-23 at the peak of the market, we were just at that level of players. So now in 3 weeks over 10, we're already getting above that. So quite exciting to see, like, it's also about commitments, keeping, to continue shipping the updates, to continue showing that the utility and the fun behind the different products and services. And we hope that people will be excited to try Sandbox. If you create an account for free, no purchase required, we actually give you already a free NFT, your space helmet to go on exploring. And after just playing half an hour, you can already start earning some SAND token, which is like the main utility token of platform. It's a top 5 gaming token. It's also listed on Binance. It launched in 2021 on the Binance Launchpad. And that way, we can drive users to discover and enjoy crypto and ownership.
I wanted to ask you about Web2. There's always this sort of blocker of crypto is always very sort of difficult to get into. There's a blocker of kind of Web2 companies coming into Web3 and evolving, and sort of some of that is understanding Web3 and some of it is just a general hesitance. How has the Sandbox been able to, have that initial dialogue and then go on that journey with that amount of Web2 brands? Because it's quite remarkable.
Thank you. Well, it's really one of the key success of Sandbox, is like bringing all those brands together, and through that, inviting their fans to actually discover what is Web3, what it has to offer, and essentially make them create a wallet and like start having their first transaction on the blockchain by giving them NFTs and SAND token, for example. And initially, like it's always the hardest to convince the first one because they haven't seen the product. It's a whole new area. It's more about like the possibilities and the vision, but the product might have not been there. That was back in 2020. I remember it took close to a year to convince the first partner. We had Care Bears, we had The Walking Dead. And then afterwards, as the product came out, that people could play with their NFT concretely, that they saw the model, that they saw like we were executing and delivering well. And there was a form of excitement as well that came at the same time around Metaverse, Facebook rebranding itself as Meta around 2021. Things started to accelerate, and one brand joining, Snoop Dogg joining, Warner Music joining, Ubisoft joining, and so on. It started to appeal, and basically everyone in Web2 was less hesitant to like just come, try this out, and so on. Now we are at a different cycle. I think we're still very early in Web3 and the building of the metaverse, but they are not just coming out for the hype, they are also coming with a strategy behind. And that strategy essentially revolves around like either they have a long-term play in Web3 and through digital ownership to gain back the relation they have with their user instead of giving the data to the like Web2 platform. Or they are seeing Web3 and specifically Sandbox as a way to for loyalty and engagement, distributing rewards, and through those NFT rewards, driving back these audience or new audiences to like claim physical goods, to come to their stores, and so on. So it's interesting how the model becomes a little bit more hybrid, and it's also been something that's been driven by the partners. For example, we have a campaign right now with AirAsia, like the big airline company from Southeast Asia, where people come and play complete quests. They earn miles. Those miles they can redeem for free tickets and so on. We've had like a cosmetic brand like Amore Pacific Innisfree in Korea that successfully increased sales for a new product by having this multi-channel strategy which incorporated TikTok, Instagram, pop-up store in various shopping malls, and Sandbox and Metaverse experiences as well. So I think it's interesting to see how the overall space is maturing on one side with the brand, the enterprise, the Web2 sector. At the same time, let's not forget that the Metaverse and Web3 adoption is going to come massively from users. And so user-generated content should lead the charge as well. New top creators, top brand, Web3 community are using Metaverse to make mini games, to make it a social hub where they can engage their community. It's so much more fun to come and chat and play together than just be on the 2D Telegram or Discord channel, for example. And that we're seeing as well as one of the leading way to onboard more and more users and bridge that Web2 to Web3 world.
I wanted to ask you, because of I guess there's a kind of hesitance of traditional gamers getting into Web3. And there does seem to be, slowly but surely, a shift of that. And I don't know whether it was kind of crypto natives getting into Web3 gaming first, and then Web2 gamers sort of starting to take a look. But it does seem that the Web2 gamers are starting to evolve and starting to take a look at Web3 a little bit more closely. What needs to happen to onboard the next raft of kind of Web2 gamers, I guess? So,
you know, besides being the co-founder and CEO of the Sandbox, I'm also the president of the Blockchain Game Alliance. It's an association that now counts over 600 members, and our mission is to educate the video game industry about what blockchain can bring. It was created initially because there was a lot of resistance within the video game industry, skepticism around like what is blockchain, NFTs, those are like real games or not, and so on. So back in 2019, that was the case. Today, actually, like there is a much more acceptance by the industry, more interest as well, for a few reasons. First, because the games that are coming out are actually very fun, very engaging, and quite comparable to our, like what we could call traditional console free-to-play Web2 games. Like I think about Shrapnel, I think about Cross the Ages, even Sandbox. Like they tend to be on par with the traditional counterpart. The second, the onboarding toward crypto has been much simplified. Like account abstraction solution, wallets that use only an email, new blockchain like running Immutable, Avalanche, etc. have made a great job to onboard those different players. And third, actually, 2024 has been the worst year ever for the gaming industry, and in general for the tech industry. Like the inflation, the economy with war, like we've seen a few factors come into play. First, users are spending much less. So what we call the LTV, the lifetime value of users who are normally spending by making in-app purchases in games, have been reduced. And at the same time, we've seen many data privacy protection laws enter into effect, meaning like the platform like Apple, Google, they no longer share the ability for games to target specific users based on their behavior. They cannot track anymore using that data. So that had one simple effect. The cost per install, the CPI, has definitely increased. If you cannot know if the user is the one that's going to like your game, you're going to spend actually more to convert the right kind of user. Higher CPI, lower LTV, you're no longer profitable as a business or break even. All the gaming companies have been firing a large amount of employees, from Activision, from Microsoft, from Electronic Arts, from Epic. There was like thousands of people, unfortunately, that lost jobs this year. And it affected not only the big company, of course, the small and medium game studio as well has been very challenged. They were the first affected as well. So when your traditional business model, where your cost of acquisition is higher than the revenue you can get from a user, is broken, you have to look at new ways. You have to rethink something that's been working for past 10 years. What's next as monetization? And that's why many game creators, game studios are much more open to explore a new monetization model. Web3 is not the solution. It might be part of the solution. We haven't found the exact monetization model in Web3 as well. Like, there's been a lot of experimentation. We've seen the rise and fall of play to earn. We've seen different models, open means, staking, etc. But it's exciting at least that there is some innovation in the space finally for creators to look at how can we monetize in a more fair way and distribute the value between our users, and we can keep running a great creative business behind.
You know, that was a great, honest and transparent view of the market and the challenges that you know, the industry's experienced. But on a more positive note, what's ahead? What's ahead for the gaming industry? What's ahead for Sandbox going into 2025 and beyond?
So I think I'm very optimistic for what's ahead, actually. Like, again, like the number of quality games that are coming out, all those different ecosystems that are pushing for great quality content and more adoption. We see Pixel on Run-In, we'll see Axie Infinity, we have all those games coming on Avalanche, including like Maple Story, Universe, Rumble Kongs, and many hits games. That's exciting. This will definitely bring users. Those users, they will likely to keep exploring, installing more applications, more games, and create more transaction volume on those blockchains. The power of Sandbox, the success of the season 4 makes us as well realize, like, if something works, you know, you should keep iterating on something that works. So next year, we'll probably introduce new big events every 2 months featuring top brands and IP, involving a great amount of rewards. We'll be shipping a new version of our game creators that keeps adding amazing fun features for creating your own multiplayer game and engaging your community with a different form of rewards. And we're also looking at how do we build interoperability at scale, meaning like right now, all those games, they are actually made with the Sandbox game maker, no code. And still the vision of the metaverse is like it's this, not just one platform, not just one game where user can like use their asset or their avatar and move along. It's many. So if the industry doesn't make it, why don't we start ourselves showcasing it a little bit more? So we are co-producing games with Unity, with Unreal on different platforms. We have an external studio that will be allowing you to connect with your wallet, to play with your avatar, with your land, with all sorts of digital assets. Even those were made or bought on Sandbox originally, you will be able to play alongside on other platforms and other games. We already announced that in August. We have 2 games in production, a few dozen more on the pipeline, and 2025, a few of them will come out. And continue to do what we are doing best. So great land sales, introducing major IP and brands, like recently King Kong has been announced, another one is coming before the end of the year. Amazing avatar collection featuring your favorite characters as well, very popular. New are coming regularly, so fans can use them as their digital identity in the metaverse. And continue to ship great product and great update for the community.